You're such an asshole.
Holy old Captain might even take a shower yet today. Hey Cappy, sorry for the long request. If you could censor out any information that you think is a bit identifiable, I would be grateful. Thank you for you guys are kicking ass and taking names today. That's awesome, guys. Thank you very much for letting me know to make things anonymous. I love it. Oh, my mom lives here and here's my address and this is the girl I'm begging and this is the STD. She's, oh, by the way, can you obsolete all this? Like, you guys aren't doing that. Alright, I'm an 18-year-old who has just graduated from high school living in Australia. And I've been working at a fast food job for the past 3 years. Through high school. Since I have finished high school, I've been applying for more serious full-time work, considering where I am working isn't giving me that many hours. I have made about 30 or 40 applications. I have had 3 interviews so far and think I am pretty lucky. Yeah, it's about right. Yeah, 10% is pretty good. It's like women. How do men make so much more money? I would just try harder and we suffer more. It's just how it, I know. No, it's racism. It's because of peni. It's because of this thing down here. You women are so oppressed. It's not that you don't try as hard or you don't major in STEM. It's because of peni. One of my references I chucked down was a franchise owner of the fast food store I worked at. The other 2 were from a work experience job I worked during the summers and school holidays. Out of the 3 jobs I've been for so far, the job I want the least is a customer service job in the corporate office at a place. They called me back today saying that my reference, the franchise owner of the fast food, did not want to do the reference check for me. The hiring manager did say they did sound busy on the phone, so it might have just been that. I wasn't really fazed by this because it's the job I wanted the least out of the ones I applied for, but I'm just a bit paranoid that they will not provide the check for the job I want the most. I would have informed my franchise owner that I would need them to be a reference sooner, but I only found out about the interview on Monday, and the last time I worked was on Saturday, and they were not even there. Last time I saw them face-to-face was a couple weeks ago. Was I a dick for not informing my franchise owner that they were a reference for me? Do you think that they are pissed off at me? If so, how could I go about organizing references if my current boss doesn't want to be a reference for me? Thanks, Cappy, and I'll keep you anonymous. I said, okay, well, what kind of job is this? He says, the job I work is pretty typical entry-level, part-time job in high school. I was a little shocked that they would not provide a reference for me because I thought I had a good relationship with him. I covered all shifts when he called me. He has spoken highly of my work, blah, blah, blah. I just don't want my 3 years of work experience to be wasted on unverifiable. The job I want the most is a place at a company pays you thrice what you're earning. So, okay. Here's the deal, dude. I seriously wish that not only most millennials, but most adults, older people, were as professional as you. This is one of those instances where you're overshooting, where you're expecting way too much. And I know you've been working at that place for 3 years, and your boss could be a very great guy or gal, don't know who. But in the end, it's not really going to matter in the long run. Nobody takes you seriously. Watch my video, nobody takes you seriously until you're 35. You are exhibiting a professionalism that I wish most 40-year-olds had. I'm not saying that to kiss your ass. You have to pay attention because this is the point of the story. But since most 18-year-olds don't, people don't, it ultimately is pointless and worthless. Now, if you got a really good reference and you're there for 3 years, that can help you. But frankly, not only is your peer group going to be dismissed as like, oh, it's a part-time job, it doesn't fucking matter, but your boss doesn't fucking matter either. The sad truth is, and I don't know him personally or her personally, but I'm going to tell you how it is in general. When I hear like, oh, supervisor at Taco Bell, you're at a fast food place, that means the kid who maybe graduated from high school without a GED, but you don't have those in Australia. The kid that may have gone to college, and it didn't even matter if they finished or not, they just went to college. Nobody in the world of serious jobs and professionalism is really going to give a rat's ass whether you're fast food restaurant part-time assistant supervisor at the age of, 21, 22? They're not going to care. They really aren't in the long run. Now, short term, yes, it would be ideal that you get, you put in your 3 years You've been working part-time, and you have. And you should be giving kudos. Like, yes, your boss should give you a good reference. But you've done nothing wrong. You've done absolutely nothing wrong. Should you have, like, informed them? Well, you didn't have the opportunity to inform them. And they're not expecting you to inform because most of the people that work there are fuck-ups. And I'm surprised even the last 3 years there. So they probably truly were busy and had more shit going on than worry about giving you a reference. I don't think they're out to screw you. But just, if you really want to play at aces, you really want to be goody two-shoes, and you want to get a good reference, there's nothing wrong with it. I just think it's kind of pointless or stupid. Well, maybe not stupid, just maybe a little bit more pointless. Go to your boss and say, hey, look, I'm applying for other jobs, you know, because they understand. This is a part-time temporary job. You're a high school kid. You've been working. They're not expecting you to make this your career. I'm applying for other jobs. You know, if you could, maybe, you know, when someone gives a reference, you know, just expect some people to call for references because I'm doing that. And just want to make sure. But otherwise, dude, you're almost flawless to a fault, if that makes any sense. What 18-year-old who's been working there since they were 15, you know, well, one, stays for 3 years, but then you're like putting in applications and like, oh my God, I'm worried about that. God almighty, I wish there were more kids like you. But yeah, you know, cover your bases, do what's right. This is good practice, let's put it that way. Contact your boss or say, hey, I'm applying for a job and just want to make sure, is there anything else that I got to do? Otherwise, they're expecting very little of you. They're probably shocked you stayed on 3 years. They're expecting you to go off to fucking college and tell them to fuck off and not show up the next week. They're probably happier than fuck to have you. So I wouldn't worry about it. But yeah, put it on your resume. Say, hey, I'm applying for, you know, real-time work, and, you know, you're already part-time, so I'll still stay here, but, you know, you might get a call just to let you know people are recruiting me. And then that professionalism, they'll say, oh yeah, you know, Bob, your name is Bob, but Bob's a great guy, and he plays the didgeridoo, and he wrestles kangaroos or whatever the fuck you do in Australia. And they overpay for housing prices because it's on the lake, it's in Melbourne, and they always pronounce things with E-R-N-E with in. I don't understand how that works, but that's what they do in Australia. Oh, he's the greatest Australian ever. He pronounces things the correct way that Australians do. But yeah, you're taking this, you're more professional and serious than the industry you're employed in is, if that makes any sense. Like, somebody was working, I'd be like, wow, you worked 3 years at fast food? I'd be impressed with that. I wouldn't give a shit what your fucking boss said. And the fact that you're going and putting that down as a reference, that's going to shine more than what your references come as. But I would go talk to your boss, go talk to your supervisor. Hey, I put in some applications. I'd appreciate it, you know, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, you're going forward. I mean, this is like, dude, I had a bunch of jobs either I quit or got fired from. I never put them on my resume because they're shit jobs. They're bullshit jobs. And that's how it is. That's it. They expect, well, maybe we'll get this dupe to work here long enough for this shitty pay. Holy shit, he was here for 3 years. Oh yeah, we'll give you a good reference, but that's if they're not too busy getting fired themselves or laying off the other guy because he pissed over in the fryer. So, was I a dick for not informing? No, you weren't. To answer your direct question, no. I just want you to kind of, I don't want you to give up your professionalism. But I want you to realize that your professionalism is being more or less wasted on the fast food industry. Not that you shouldn't practice it. It only serves you to be professional from here on out. But don't worry or lose sleep about it. Like, oh, I wasn't professional because Taco Bell didn't call me. Taco Bell is happy people don't jizz in the fucking tacos. All right. That's it. You guys got questions? Cappy's got an answer. America's older brother. Apparently Australia's older brother too. Over at assholeconsulting.com. We'll see you kids later. Toodles.